Hey, my mighty friends, Tim here. I'm going to do a video of my favorite TV game show hosts or underrated game show hosts. Now, these are the game show hosts I love. And starting with a number 6, and that is Mark Summers. You have Kurt Fogg, Phil Moore. You even have, for like the non-Nickelodeon game show hosts, like Richard Karn. I loved. I liked Richard Karn Family Feud, Louis Anderson Family Feud, John O'Hurley. I liked the guys from the people from Lingo, with the exception of Bill Engvall. The people from Dog Eat Dog. Like the list goes on. But for a 6, I chose Mark Summers because he just had this fineness to him I always liked. I didn't like the whole Liza Koshy thing. I didn't even put her on the worst list because it's just it's a waste of time. So why? It's people I don't like. They're all waste of times, but that's more of a waste of time that to not put on the list. But other than that, Mark Summers, he was also he also did another game show that was good that I'll talk about one of these days. And next is Courtney Wilson for the Newlywed Game. I absolutely loved Courtney Wilson for the Newlywed Game. There's just something I liked about her hosting. I know she hosted for 09 to 2010, but she was still fine. And you had Bob King. The original host was good. Sherry Shepherd, I wasn't the biggest fan of, but I think Courtney Wilson, I really was pretty good for a host, in my opinion. Next is Howie Mandel for Deal or No Deal. I absolutely love Deal or No Deal. I absolutely loved. I loved how, because of course we all know with his germophobia, and I can understand that. I can, but I'm not, that the whole video is not about that. But what I like about him is, he was still is a pretty cool host, and I liked him a lot more, better as Deal or No Deal than America's Got Talent, which America's Got Talent's pretty fun to watch. It's just I loved how it was his own show. And come on, it's Maurice hosting a game show. It's awesome. Number 3 is Ann Robinson for The Weakest Link. The Queen of Mean. Very funny. I, in my opinion, prefer the U.S. over the U.K. just because it's not that, both are really good. It's just the U.S., there's just something that she has more of the U.S., more of such a funny humor, a sense of humor. And she does a lot more, her, just the whole with comebacks and just the freshness than what she had in the UK version. Just my opinion. And I also liked the guy that replaced her, George Gray. Yes, the announcer of The New Price is Right, that George Gray. And for 2, it was hard for me to pick if I could pick Bill Cullen or if I'd pick, of course, Bob Barker. And yes, I've heard stories about, but I don't care. There's so many game show host stories. I could care less. I like them because I just like the jokes and I like trivias and yeah. Bill Cullen, I loved him as a host. I thought he was, he had the freshness. He had just the really cool style. It was cool to see him on Family Feud along with the other fellow hosts from the past years, but at the time. And come on, Bob Barker. Bob Barker, in my opinion, is the best Price is Right host ever because it's just I don't care. People say his likeness, his how he was like how he was with his the people that would come up and just I always liked it. I thought he was hilarious, and yeah. So Bob Barker and Bill Cullen, and my number one favorite game show host is the second host of the Family Feud, Ray Combs. I've talked about him a few times. He just always seemed like a simple, just sweet guy, and just he I think was one of the funniest hosts. In my opinion, I think he was the funniest of the Family Feud hosts. He had just this nice, just carefree guy. The whole thing behind with what happened is really sad. You could tell he loved his job, and you could tell he loved the families that would come, and it's just a really sad. But what I love about him was he is my favorite because he has such for his love of the families and his love for comedy and stuff. The game show. That's just why he's my favorite. So there's a top, 6 favorite or underrated game show hosts.